All right, 32 teams, 4 tournaments, 3 days. We got games going morning, noon, and night. Welcome back. Here we are live at Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. I'm Sam Adams. She is Michelle Dapper.
That's right. We are the home for the state beat tournaments. And you know what? Just getting over just now, Colfax just beat LaConner 46-38. Colton, looking at the 4-peat this year, just beat Neah Bay by a final score of 58-36.
All right, now that we get you caught up, let's tell you what happened earlier in the day. Let's get to those highlights. And one game in the books, the boys 1B. Many of those. Elmira Cooley Heartline taking on Moses Lake Christian. Tied at 14 in the second until Thunder Wellhausen follows up his own miss, 2 of his 24. Fourth quarter. And Jim Timofeyev for 3. Moses Lake Christian within 4, but on the other end, Derek Isaac on the drive for 2 of his 14. ACH advancing to the 1B semis today with a 50-38 win.
All right, Valley Christian taking on Sunnyside Christian. Second quarter action of this one, Valley Christian ahead off the Sunnyside miss. Craver Small passes for the fast break lay-in. It's 24-17 Valley Christian. Small, she had 12 points in this one. Fourth quarter now, it's Noah McConney. Hits the 3 ball right there. It's 42-38 Panthers. Final minutes. McConaughey, again, he drives and pulls up that short jumper to seal the deal. He finished with 9 in this one. Valley Christian wins 47-40.
Neah Bay taking on Mount Rainier. We'll pick this one up in the second quarter. Rainier trying to dig out of a 3-point hole. Aaron Hollenberg knocks down the jumper and make it a 1-point game. Later in the second, Tyler McCauley for 3, game high 15 for him for Neah Bay. Red Devils get out of the quarters. They win 51-47. They'll play Valley Christian tomorrow at 3:45.
All right, Muckleshoot taking on Kingsway. First quarter, Preston Brown hits the 3 ball from the corner pocket. Muckleshoot up by 4 points, but Kingsway answers. Carter Caval with the long jumper, and Kingsway wins this one 61-44. They'll play ACH tomorrow.
All right, in the 2B boys, Dayton and Tudor Lake, they're set to go at 5:30 behind us. Adna will take on Wahkiakum, and in the nightcap, Northwest Christian begins its title defense against Lake Roosevelt.
All right, switching gears to girls basketball now. The defending state champs, Reardon, looking for their 2nd straight title. Let's get to those highlights, see if they can get the work done. Kelsey Moose and the Indians in this one taking on Bear Creek. Moose getting looked at by Washington State, Gonzaga, Santa Clara, and Arizona State as she knocks down the jumper right there. Moose added 10 in this one. Next possession, Chantel Heath drives and lays it in. It's 22-8. Reardon. Heath with a game-high 13 points. Fourth quarter, Moose at it again. She drives, lays it in, 43-22 Reardon. The Indians roll 49-24.
All right, so who's going to play Reardon in that semifinal tomorrow? Let's find out. Adna and Riverside Christian locking up in the quarterfinal matchup. Riverside Christian trailing by 3 in the second. Tori Carpenter with the baby hook to close within 1. Carpenter with a team high 15. Later in the quarter, Adna's Reagan Gaffney on the lane. Adna is moving on. 47-42 win earlier this morning.
All right, noon game between Brewster and Tacoma Baptist. Pick it up late in the first. It's Becky May Taylor drives and dishes to Brett Bozell for the lay-in. It's 14-7 Brewster after 1. Bears pulling away in the fourth. Taylor on the break. Brewster rolls into the 2B semis with a 55-25 win.
All right, White Swan taking on PL. We'll pick it up in the second quarter. It's Amber Arrington. Long jump shot, top of the key. 23-18, White Swan at that point. Then right before the half, check this out. Jessica Shepard off the inbound, makes the basket and 1. White Swan winning 49-47, and they'll play Brewster tomorrow in those semis. Again, recapping the action that's happened just moments ago. Defending state champion, now 3-time state champion, Colton winning today 58-36 against Neah Bay. We'll have those highlights in about 1 hour tonight at 6. Also, Elmira Cooley Heartline set to go against Lopez. That game tips off at 5:30.
Also coming up tonight, we'll have live coverage of first round games in the 1B tournament between Columbia Hunter and Northwest Yeshiva at 7:15 and Cusick Sunnyside Christian at 9 p.m. Again, all those games on SWX.
All right, we are just getting warmed up here live from Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. When we come back, we're going to take you to Tacoma. First round action of the 4A and 3A state tournaments.
And we head out to Idaho, to Nampa, in fact, for the boys' state tournament. We'll see you in about 2 minutes. All right. right, and welcome back. Well, Tudor Lake and Dayton warming up behind us, getting ready to go here at the State 1B tournaments. But we're going to head over to the west side for some 4A basketball. Now, the Central Valley girls looking for their first state title since winning back-to-back championships back in 2001 and 2002. All right, the Bears taking on East Lake today. First quarter action of this one is Chantel Fitting hits a three ball. CV led by as many as 7 points in the first quarter. Stay in the first. East Lake has the answer. Sydney Emery connects from downtown, and the Wolves trailed only by 2 at the break. But CV comes out firing in the second half. The pass inside to Mariah Cunningham for an easy 2. Later in the half, Cunningham finds Madison Hovren on the break. She finished with 18 points. Brooke Galloway also had 18 as the Bears win it 62-48. They'll play Mount Rainier in tomorrow's semifinal game.
Looking like a legitimate title contender. Gonzaga Prep in the state quarters against Woodinville. Bullpups out to a 4-point lead in the second. Hannah Caudell for 3. G Prep extends its early lead to 7. Later now in the second quarter, Lindsay Stockton running the break. Feeds Madison Wright for the land. She had a game-high 17. Final seconds of the half, Stockton splitting the defense, hits a scoop to make it a 12-point lead. They don't look back. Gonzaga Prep wins 60-47. They'll face Skyview in the 4A semis tomorrow at 5:30. 2 late games tonight involving GSL teams in Tacoma. U-High girls taking on Seattle Prep in the 3A quarters. CV boys will take on Garfield in 4A. Both those games tip off tonight at 9. We'll have those highlights for you on KHQ and SWX. In 3A boys action, University taking on Lake Washington to open its state title run. Final seconds, first quarter, Darian Nelson Henry capping off the quarter with a flush. Kangaroos by as many as 8, but here come the Titans. Brett Bailey, the drive, and 1. U-High pulls within 4. And in the fourth, the Titans going on a run. Zach Bruce dials long distance. University down by 1 late in regulation. And then how about this? Jared Miller closing it out with back-to-back buckets. Titans take the lead for good. They come from behind to win 60-55. They'll take on Rainier Beach in the semis tomorrow afternoon.
All right, in the 2A, 1A basketball tournaments for the girls, Clarkson beat Burlington Edison 50-41, and Freeman and Granger battling it out right now. The Scotties looking for their 3rd straight title.
All right, as the pregame introductions go on behind us, Kashmir moving on to the 1A boys semis with a 19-point win this morning. And in the 2As, Pullman takes on Linden at 5:30.
All right, switching gears now over to Idaho, the 5A state tournament. Now, the Coeur d'Alene Vikings have won 2 straight titles on the football field behind Chad Chalich and Dion Watson, but looking to carry that success onto the hardwood. Let's get to these highlights. The Vikings taking on Bora in a rematch of last year's 3rd place game. First quarter action, Dion Watson takes this one all the way to the rack on that drive as Watson had 6 points alone in the first quarter. Bora, though, has the answer. Isaiah Wright drives his way into the hoop, leading the way for the Lions in this game. But Chad Chalich gets in the mix with the feed down low and the bucket. Well, the game was tied at halftime, but Bora proves too much. They go on to win their 21st straight game, 49-45.
Wow, tough draw for the Vikings. Even tougher for perhaps for Post Falls in that 5A tournament. The Trojans will open up against last year's state runner-up, Centennial. That game tips off in about an hour at 6:15. And then in the Idaho 4A tourney, Moscow will take on Kuna. Look for those highlights tonight on KHQ and SWX. We do have one final score again from Idaho and Nampa in the state tourney. St. Mary's boys losing to Sugar Salem earlier today, 48-44. Their state championship dreams come to an end today.
We were talking about all this high school basketball. We got a whole lot of college basketball going on tonight. Washington State taking on UCLA. UW is taking on USC. The Idaho men travel to Hawaii, and the Idaho women host San Jose State.
Busy day indeed. Sean and Shelley will be back to wrap things up live here from Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena as our coverage continues from the State Bees.